Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1767. Guys, if you follow along on YouTube, jump on over to the WODdoc.com and check out all the full-length episodes that we house there. I'm answering the question today of why does my butt raise during the squat, coming up out of the hole from the squat. So if I'm coming up out of the hole, why is it that my butt is raising and then I'm able to get my torso up afterwards, okay? To answer this, we have to really look and see what is happening in the squat when that happens. Well, we're taught to push our butt backwards, establish a torso angle, drive ourselves backwards and down until we get to the bottom of the squat. When we go back up, if we're a person that has their hips elevating, what's really happening is I'm getting knee extension here, right? Knee extension, but at the same time, my hip angle, if you were to trace this body line right here, my hip angle doesn't change, right? So I'm getting knee extension with no hip extension, right? The other thing that would happen is if I was in this position and I was just moving in this position here, this would be back extension with no knee extension, right? So really what I have here is I have a dominance ratio or dominance imbalance where knee extension is stronger than back extension in that squat. So to understand that better, we need to take a look at what happens, what muscles are controlling that, okay? So if I get down to the bottom of the squat, again, I notice that my hip angle isn't changing, but my knee angle is. What controls knee extension? The answer to that is quads. Your quads are primary knee extenders, secondary hip flexors, right? If I'm not getting any extension of the torso, right? If I'm not getting any extension of the torso till afterwards, we know that that ratio is imbalanced, and we know that relatively speaking, what is it that controls hip extension? What is it that controls back extension? We got hamstrings, glutes, and lumbar erectors. So we have an imbalance between our posterior chain, right, and our anterior chain, primarily quads, hamstrings. So if we're trying to improve that butt staying down while we're driving up through the hole, we need to look at the ratio of strength between our hamstrings and our glutes, and most likely increase that ratio from glutes, hamstrings, to, or I should say more strength. We should be looking to get more strength in the glutes, hamstrings, erectors, and at the same time, start to balance that ratio because our quads are already relatively stronger, I guess. Maybe not stronger if I was to do isometric exercises, but stronger in that functional kinetic chain. So if we restore the balance between the anterior chain and posterior chain, we are going to be able to raise up more symmetrically and look better in that traditional squat pattern. Questions, comments, post them below. Otherwise, guys, we are here each and every day optimizing function to optimize performance.